They'd be all like, nope, no, I'm going to do this. They're wrong. They shouldn't do it that way. Blah, 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 blah. And then, like, the younger generations that didn't know that, the guys that hadn't been there that long were like, oh, cool, this and that. And then I was one of them. I'd sit there and I'd look at the guys. I'm like, why are you so pissed off about it, man? It's cool. Now we're going to do this and now this. And, and then later on as time progressed, they didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
They did, so to speak. They could move on.
Yeah, go to another company.
Right.
That eventually did the same shit.
Yeah. Exactly. So then they finally just, they'd bitch and moan about it. They'd get it done. Then later on, we'd have a man-to-man conversation. And all, you know what? This ain't bad.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going through a transition. Stuff's evolving. Right. Things are changing. We don't see it because we're involved in it.
Yep.
And you never see it when you're involved in it unless you're actually the one controlling it.
Yep. The Matrix.
There's that too. There's the Truman Show.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's what I'm getting at, dude. Like, I mean, I totally agree with whatever you're saying because like I said, they can't just come in and say blah 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 blah.
Can't be Red Dawn.
Nope. Can't do it.
No.
Because then that opens up a whole nother can of worms.
Yep.
And then you always have, like I said, and that's the people with, people with different mindsets. They'll be like, well, why are they doing that? I don't need to do that. I'm perfectly fine right now. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how you just explained. And like you said, it takes time. Yep. It takes time. And they're going to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're already talking about how gas vehicles are going to be obsolete by 2057.
So they say.
But it's going to be all electrical.
Hey, I can't wait to see the first Ford out in the field.
They're already there.
The first electric one.
Oh, yeah. No,
the first EV.
No.
The first F-150, bro. It's coming.
Well, see, one thing I saw real quick. I'm not trying to throw this off. A lot of the Tesla stations, they're getting their cords cut. Like for the electronic vehicles.
Yeah.
I don't know if it hit here, but I did see a lot of this guy on TikTok, and he's like, "What is going on?" He didn't necessarily bash it.
Yeah.
He just said, he goes, one day I was sitting there looking, at how many charging stations there are in my area. He goes, and I went out, and he has like a compilation of a group of videos.
Yeah.
And it's not just Tesla; it's other charging companies that are getting involved, with the charging system and how it works, and so that way it's not a monopolized market.
Yeah.
And dude, there's some thick ass wires in there, and they said it's cut. I mean, like,
takes some balls to cut that, bro.
Yeah. And then people are like, "Oh my God, what are they doing? What are they doing?" And naturally, you have those people that say, "Well, if they have a low current still holding," because apparently, I guess the way they work, they have the way the electronics in that work that they're not charging unless it's connected.
So it's not pushing.
Yeah. So it has. You have to complete a circuit.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
yeah. So that's what exactly. So you were like, that's why you said, well, man, they got a lot of balls cutting that shit.
Yeah.
Well, naturally, you got to have a circuit, right? The positive, negative, and the ground to complete the circuit, close the loop, whatever. It's kind of a nerd shit, but anyways, simple shit.
No, it makes sense now.
Yeah, but that's what people were saying on the comments. They're like, why aren't these people dead?
Yeah.
And another guy, naturally, another thinker, he goes, well, my wife has a Tesla, and you have to, I don't know, I've never seen it, but this is just what he said, that those cords at the charging stations are not active until you actually plug it into the vehicle, and I guess there's a setting you got to hit charge.
Yeah.
And I guess that's when it kicks on the power, and then you go through the charging process. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, they were saying, "Oh, well, it's because of Elon, buying Twitter and whatever," and that may be the case.
Yeah, maybe some jackass out there.
Saying no, fuck that. We're not, and maybe some form of protest against it.
Could be. Yep.
But on the other side, here's the other side, Effie. The guys are like, "Man, that's methed up."
Yeah.
So naturally, what is a rich mineral in there, or I would say metal? Copper.
Copper, yeah.
So you can make some mad cheese stealing or getting copper. Yeah. The trade-in value of copper is high, from what I know. I don't know. I've never done it, but you get what I'm saying. It's just like, remember back in the old days, you'd pick up cans. Like my dad would pick up cans. My grandpa pick up cans.
Alongside the road,
You know? So naturally, you turn it in, you get $10, $20, whatever.
Yep.
So naturally, if they're still, because those are big. I mean, I think it's almost maybe an 1.5 to 2 inch diameter
gauge,
fucking cord.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of copper in there.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well, and if they keep doing that, they're gonna find a way around it.
Oh yeah.
They'll just coat it or whatever. You know.
Yeah. They'll just say fuck it.
There's other conducting, metals.
Yeah, metals. Yeah.
You know, and that's what's gonna happen with that. Or it could be a strategy, man. You know. Could be a strategy where people say, now, you know, fuck it. Now I'm gonna go buy an EV.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But here's another thing. You know, when I heard all that about how gasoline engines and all this stuff there are going to be obsolete, dude. What are you going to do with freight? Truck drivers, bro.
And it may be limited to that, to where the only ones that are going to be able to operate on a combustion engine are going to be them,
Right.
not the private, you know, not the what do you call it, the people, bro. It's not just going to be us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The consumer.
Well, and I think they'll push it to where they'll be like, well, we limited the amount of combustible gas, and it's doing the earth the good thing. You know what I'm saying?
The green,
Yeah. They'll start putting that global warming and climate change. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
But is America going to be the only one on board besides the European countries? Because I guarantee.
Well, they already have them in the Euros, bro.
Well, who is it? One of the Middle Eastern countries. Is it Dubai that has the all electric city? There's no gas vehicles.
Oh yeah,
in there?
yeah.
You know, that's cool. Takes a lot of fucking money to run that though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're not ready for that shit, bro.
But how do you? What I was getting at is, okay, you have electricity.
Yeah.
The wind towers, the solar panels don't make enough electricity to power the amount of power or electricity and power that you need to furnish to a building or to a city. Why? Because you have direct current, you have alternating current, and you have amperage.
Yep.
Okay. Prime example. If you go and plug in a toaster in my inverter in my work truck, you'll pop the fuse. Why? Because it draws too many amps.
Yeah. It's
Granted, the wattage, you know what I'm saying? The power itself is like, you know, DC 120 or whatever.
Yep.
But the amperage, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I think they haven't figured out on how to use solar.
Yeah.
Because it draws too much amperage.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally they're starting, and watch what I say. A lot of the products we have now are going to start going away, bro.
Yeah.
They're going to be solar friendly.
Yeah, something like that. Something along the
Guarantee you.
Yep. No, yeah, I see it, dude.
But that's another thing. They evolved. They're changing, you know, how things are made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a new big thing coming, man.
I think it will be for the consumer, but for them as a provider, it won't be able to change.
Yeah.
They'll need it. You can't run the grid. I don't care what they say.
Right?
You're not going to be able to run the grid without fossil fuel.
Yeah, brown energy.
You're not going to be able to.
No.
There's no way that it can hold that load.
Well, see,
no
and
way.
then I saw a news article. I think it was Wall Street Journal. Blech, trash.
Yeah.
About California.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because California, obviously, I think California has the most electronic vehicles.
Probably, yeah.
And they were saying that power outages, nobody will be able to drive. Nobody will be able to charge their
No,
vehicles.
because they do the rolling blackouts.
Yep. Because you'll be drawing too much on the grid. Like I said, amperage, bro.
Yep.
It's not so much amperage.
Yeah.
And another thing that I talked to a guy that I worked with. He has a Tesla. And I asked him, I said, how long does it take for you to charge your car? This is a nice car, bro.
Yeah,
Like, it's
they're nice. Yeah.
He's like, well, that's the tricky part. He told me. He didn't want to admit it, but he admitted it. He goes, that's the tricky part, bro. He says, so if I go and plug it into my house and not move it, he said, it'll take all about maybe a day, 2 days to get a full charge.
Yeah.
He goes, but if I go to like a charging station, anywhere from 30, depending on where my batteries are, it'll be 30 to 45 minutes because they're fast.
Yeah, they're pushing quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, that's the only shitty thing. He goes, but they will sell you a fast charger, just like our phones.
Oh yeah.
You know, you have your regular phone that comes like Apple.
Yeah.
Sorry, Apple. Remember the old box, USB 2
Yeah.
connectors, and it would charge your phone at a steady pace.
Yep.
The one I have now, it's what they call a fast charger.
The lightning charger.
Lightning
whatever,
charger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And same thing. You know, if you just plug, you know, if you had your car and it's electric, you just plug it in 120, the amperage, I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
you know. But when you go 220, then it's a whole lot faster.
Oh yeah.
It's just like my shop. My ACs, when I bought my ACs, they said, you want 120s or you want 220 or, you know, the higher amperage. I said, no, I got 220 going through here. So and naturally it's going to cool faster, you know, and stuff like that. And it gets cold in my shop.
Oh, it does, man.
So,
It does.
but no, not trying to go off, you know, off subject, but you know, that's what I'm saying. It's evolving, you know, and I'm pretty sure things are going to evolve to where they're going to be like, shit, what do we do?
Yeah.
Because you're going to have, like us, we got dualies, bro.
Yeah.
Run on diesel. You know, are they going to start limiting people on diesel on a personal scale? You're only allowed at so many gallons.
Could be.
You know, gasoline, you're at your own, because they were fucking with it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mileage tax, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were throwing that around.
They were throwing that around, bro.
Fuckers, and they will. They'll get it.
They were throwing that around big time. It didn't really hit.
No, but because people didn't fall for it the way they thought they were.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's why, honestly, dude, I was like, fuck, because when I did our taxes this last year, I was like, man, I'm wondering, in the back of my head, I was like, wondering if they're gonna ask if I have a vehicle, how many miles, started miles, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Once you see that, oh, that's it.
Well, then it's funny you say that, bro, because there's ways of them getting you. You know, and you're talking about. Remember earlier we were talking about how they track us and all that.
Yeah.
We don't have a fucking choice.
No.
Like the insurance that I have.
Oh, that's
If you want to break on your insurance on your rate, they can put that little monitor in there.
Yep.
You hook it up to your truck. You
Yeah,
tell them
snapshot.
how many miles you drive, how you brake, how you turn, all that. Now, I was against it, you know, because I was like, oh, fuck, you know, you already tracked me on my phone.
Yeah.
You know, now you want to know more shit about me.
Right.
You know, so at first I was against it, but then I was like, you know what? I don't hardly drive my personal vehicle.
Yeah.
I could use the $100 discount.
Yeah, and you get a pretty good discount.
You do.
When I had my car, my sports car, you know, the girls, you know, at the insurance, they were like, well, we can help you out. And I was like, man, it was going to be $400 and something just for the insurance on the car.
Yeah.
So between my car and then all the other vehicles, it's going to be almost $1,000 a month.
Yep.
And she said, well, if you put your snapshot in, you know, she goes, how often do you drive it? I was like, not really. I mean, when I want to go cruise, that's about it.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, we'll just put that in there, and you know, we register everything, and they can change it if they want, bro."
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, like, fucking insurance is a scam, bro.
It is. Yeah.
And but naturally, yeah, it dropped my insurance payment from $400 something because I had to pay it, right, because it's the starting cost.
Yep.
And it dropped from $400 something to $298, which ain't. I mean, that's still a lot, but I mean, it dropped it in a significant amount.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I just.
That's what I'm saying. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
So then that's how they could, if they really wanted to do this fuel shit, you know, or they want to conserve, or they want people to transition, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, you know, if you only drive your vehicle 100 miles a month, you know, we'll knock this off. We'll do this. We'll do that.
Well, see, that's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
They were talking about that. It would be based on how many miles you drive in a month.
Yeah.
And, you know, you'll be taxed according to.
But they're smart, bro. Like I said, they're sneaky. Because they'll say, yeah, we're going to tax you on it, but you get that back at the end of the year. So then people are going to be like, okay.
Yeah.
Then before you know it, law changes and they're like, oh, by the way, we're not giving you that tax credit anymore.
Yeah.
You're just paying that.
Well, it's just like, you know, out here, hot shotters.
Yeah.
You know, hot shotters back in the day, that was open market, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was blowing and going. As fast as you can get the shit there, you come back, blah, blah, blah. Now, they're treating them like fucking CDL drivers.
They have to, bro.
And yeah, you got to, and I asked a few hot shotters, like, hey, man, because they got to have a little monitoring thing in there. Mm-hmm. And it's just like a
log?
Yeah, like a log.
Yep.
And he's like, bro, I could only do this. I got to hurry up and get back because I'll be out of hours. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, bro. I said, but it's your personal vehicle. He goes, well, I just go in there and, you know, change it from business to whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dang, that's crazy. I said, so what happens if you were to just forget